race for third. Dungey has the Suzuki running well in fourth.
And watch this, across the stripe, the first lap after a dead last start is James Stewart. Up inside the top 10, comes by in 5th place after last in the first turn. Wow.
Villopoto trying to lay claim to his first Monster Energy AMA Supercross FIM World Championship this year. Reed, a 2-time champion, sitting in second. Problems for the KTM rider, Andrew Short, the Red Bull factory back bike headed to the pit area.
And James Stewart in the bottom of your screen has just passed Tedesco for 4th place.
Dungey is now into 3rd.
Woo!
The Rockstar Makita Suzuki holding down 3rd. He's got that San Manuel Yamaha coming after him. Here's Stewart. There he is, just in front of Ivan Tedesco.
I'll tell you what, Ralph, James Stewart makes a big mistake.
Big problems. And that opens a door for Tedesco. And these two have a history, but Tedesco cannot capitalize on it.
I'll tell you what, Ralph, James Stewart is flying. This is like the James Stewart of old, where he's brilliant. He also makes some big mistakes at times, but the top 3 had better look out because the 7 is on a mission right now.
Villopoto and Stewart pass each other in opposite lanes, headed in opposite directions. Oh, Stewart, another mistake! Oh, and that's going to allow Tedesco again to come by. But Stewart rebounds once again. Incredible! The saves that that guy is able to make, Jeff, it is just mind-boggling. The natural balance that James Stewart has.
Well, and you just got to wonder if he's overriding the track. You have to be really patient on the track here tonight. And just like last week, can he regroup? Can he get focused and finish off this main event? We're 4 laps in to 20 laps.
That's Millsaps, who has caught up to this group as well. He's right behind Tedesco.
Watch out here.
Brayton, Wyndham, and Bonnie ran out the top 10. Remember, Stewart said it showed right on his pants, it ain't over.
He's been close to ending it already here tonight. And but he does have the ability. He is such a gifted athlete that there's at times where he has just saved the bike, where most riders, there's no way they can keep it on 2 wheels.
But Jeff, he's 7.5 seconds behind this guy. Monster Energy Kawasaki, the factory Kawasaki of Villopoto. Behind him, 2 seconds back is Reed. A couple of ticks further back is Dungey.
Right now, last lap around, Villopoto 48.4. Reed 49.1, so a little bit off the pace. Dungey and Stewart both in the 48s. Dungey triples. Let's see if he can get close, and this is going to be a tight passing zone right here. Dungey to the, nope, he chooses.
Oh, Dungey tried to get it to tuck tight and come off that corner, and instead made a mistake.
And the fans here at Lucas Oil Stadium, there's a big gasp right there when they see Dungey make the mistake. So that's really where you get a sense of where the crowd is focused on right now. And look at Stewart. Last time around turned a 48.2. Dungey with that mistake with a 48.9. So that's almost a whole second that Stewart made up.
Stewart has had a bit of a bumpy night.
And watch this, he gets out of the gate good, gets bumped by Villopoto. Look at this, blast into the first turn, and watch how he creeps around, passes half of the pack right there. Of course, this big mistake keeps it on 2 wheels, and this big one here through the rhythm section. Watch this.
Mere mortals would have been flying off of that jump.
I'm telling you, he stabilized right here. Last lap around, he just turned a 48.2. Fastest lap of anyone on the track on lap 7.
Pretty good battle behind James Stewart over 5th place. Ivan Tedesco on the number 9.
I tell you what,
here
Ralph,
they come, and he's dealing with Justin Brayton.
Tell you what, Ralph, as we take a look at this battle here, these lapped riders, we talk about them each week, but this track is tight.
Here's Brayton looking, trying to get inside. Couldn't get it done.
Because a little mistake, and look how much time he made, or he loses.
Oh,
and then makes
another problem.
move.
Brayton, and closing in on Brayton is Kevin Wyndham on that Geico Honda. Wyndham inside, and the number 14 picks up a position. Brayton tries to battle back, and now the fight for second heats up. It's really a three-rider battle. The 22 of Reed, the 1 of Dungey, and the 7 of Stewart. And the one thing about Ryan Dungey that nobody, Jeff, in the top 4 has done is Dungey has been on the podium the last 4 weeks in a row, but he hasn't won one.
Yeah, he's in a dogfight right now, Ralph. Look right here, look at these guys, a double, triple over that little step before the main triple. And it's gonna get tight here tonight. Look at this. Stewart really smoothed out, and boy, does he have the ability to make mistakes.
Oh, Stewart, another mistake.
Make mistakes, but regroup is what I'm going to say, and now he has to do it once again. Watch as he comes around this time around the start and finish line. Stewart's last lap was a 49.7, so he gave up a second to Dungey with that mistake.
Both of the Hart and Huntington riders having their problems. You saw Tedesco bringing out 1 yellow and Chris Close another. And Dungey going after Reed as they go through that line to that whoop section.
Yeah, and Dungey just following Reed through there. He's going to have to start picking another way around because that line's going to get really deep. Wow, that's a huge triple right there where they got to stretch it out to get over that little 1-foot step up. Look at that, Dungey on a 450 even, really having to work it to get over that rhythm section. Tells you just how soft and sticky the soil is.
One thing you're not lacking for on a 450 is power.
No, definitely not. There's so much quick burst of power here. Fuel-injected 450 engine.
Blue flag out for the lap riders to let them know the leaders are coming through. Dungey trying to pull up alongside of Reed. Still can't get it done.
And you know, Dungey, he's been stalking Reed here. He knows that 7 is back there. Now that the lap riders, this race is going to come back to Stewart. That's the last thing either one of these riders want to see.
Dungey trying to get there. Lappers in the way. Dungey cuts down low. Reed trying to fight him off.
Keeps the spot. Oh, this is a really tight section. Caneri's getting lapped along with Simmons.
Caneri on this 62. And again, these two right along. Oh, down goes Dungey. There goes Stewart. Dungey tries to keep it going. He's back to 4th. Now he's underway. Not what the champ needed.
Unlucky break. He was so close, and when I was mentioning that last lap, he was following Reed, just on his rear wheel the whole lap. Now watch right here. He's going to want to cut to the right. Reed makes a little mistake and actually slows up more than normal. Dungey did not anticipate Chad slowing down quite that much as he tries to cut in. Watch right here. He's going to make a right and get to the inside. Wow. What a mistake. So that allows Stewart to get by. Stewart now into a podium position.
Yep. Past the halfway point. Villapoto in the lead.
A big lead. 7.1 seconds out.
There's Reed. Here's Stewart behind him. Stewart now, the 2 former 2-time champions, running 2nd and 3rd. And they've had their share of battles, and there goes Stewart! You see the 39 up there. That's Gerke. He's getting lapped. Stewart gets around him. Now, what can Stewart do with Villapoto?
Wow, that was, once again, a little bit of disruption there, and Reed just not quite aggressive over that triple, and Stewart just pulled the Bubba scrub, and it was like a 3-bike length move right there.
6.6 seconds. So Stewart's already clipped a little bit off. Can he run him down with 8 laps to go? Jeff,
sure he can.
You know, you betcha he can, because a week ago in Daytona, he was forever behind 19th place after crashing so violently at Daytona, and he ended up with a top 9 finish. He can certainly make that up here tonight.
He really has found his flow. Once again, let's take a look at this pass. See Reed here. behind the lapper, and Stewart just scrubs the Yamaha. And watch how aggressive he is right here. Just gets to the inside.
Man, total commitment.
It almost feels like Chad was waiting for Gerke to kind of jump to the left, right? And he stays kind of in that line there, and Chad's like, okay, I need to go to the outside now. Tough call. That's part of managing the race, is getting through the lap riders. Oh, Villopoto still jumps the triple, but did you see the back end of that Kawasaki come out? I mean, that's going to hurt his lap time. Last lap around, Stewart was 1/10 of a second slower than Villopoto, so Villopoto's still the fastest guy on the track.
There they go, by each other in opposite directions. You saw Villopoto, and there is Stewart.
Well, for Stewart, it's all about getting up there and chipping away at Villopoto's points lead at this point, but, I mean, man, Villopoto just, he is so confident right now.
Here we come, let's see where that gap is. Down to 5.6, so he picked up a full second.
Well, here it is. See, Villopoto getting in the back of Millsaps right there. Has to kind of check up a little bit.
Catching Millsaps means he's all the way up to 9th. You know, this might not be the toughest thing for Villopoto yet to go. I ran into Ryan and his trainer, Alden Baker, at the airport in Charlotte, coming up to Indy this week, and I asked him how training with Alden has been. He said, you know, it really hasn't been all that tough. It's just that Alden puts it in different orders and you do different things. And of course, he's saying all that in front of his trainer. And Alden looked at me and he said, not very tough. I'll fix that. And so Villopoto loses a little bit more time there in that moment. Let's see where it is now as Stewart makes his way over the finish line jump. How about 4.43 seconds? He's picked up another second and a half.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that some of the lap riders right here have had a little effect on it. And maybe not in the line, but it starts to affect you mentally. Stewart, of course, laying down some hot laps. Villopoto last time around was a 51.7, and Stewart takes it down to a 50.5. So 1.2 seconds, little under 5 laps to go right now. See, that's close, taking a look over his shoulder and seeing Stewart back there.
Reed pretty far back. He's another 4 seconds behind Stewart, hanging on to 3rd. Dungey's right there with him, so those two are going to fight over 3rd. We'll see if Dungey can get on the podium for the 5th week in a row.
And I'd venture to say right now that Reed's going to be a little disappointed with this ride because he had great track position, but just hasn't quite had the focus and that attack type of aggressive riding that we saw just a couple weeks ago in Atlanta. And Chad likes to win. He's really good at winning, and if he doesn't win, he's really good at keeping it inside of the podium. So right now that's in jeopardy because Dungey is really regrouped here after that fall.
Dungey coming after me. Watch that battle for 3rd in the bottom box. Up top, our leader, Villopoto. Reed, 1 in San Diego, has a 3rd in Atlanta and a 2nd at Daytona.
Tell you what, Stewart 5.2 seconds behind, and the Reed-Dungey battle is only 11 seconds behind, so any mistake by the number 2, and things can drastically change here in Indianapolis. Track's getting pretty ruddy. Look how they're just cutting down right there into these tight little turns, and it's pretty hard to get the bike turned around and keep your momentum up.
Lurching out of those big ruts. Reed,
look at the rip.
Hang on there. He's got to get around Millsaps. Ooh. Maybe takes him a little high.
See, once again, Millsaps, he's still out there hammering out laps. He's running in 9th right now, so he's trying to keep inside the top 10 and keep moving forward. But